What are the local service ads ranking factors? If you're wondering what are Google Guaranteed or Google's local service ads ranking factor, then this video is for you because I was recently on Ruth King's podcast sharing my insights on how you as a home service business owner can basically help Google understand that your website and your business should be ranked at the top so you can be getting those phone calls and getting more leads. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lior Vaknin. I'm a home service business coach helping business owners learn to generate leads themselves without having to use marketing agencies ever again. You won't have to depend on them. You can use specific services if you want, but there is no more all these horror stories of people telling me, Lior, I paid so much money, I don't know what I'm getting, and so on and so forth. You will learn how to do these things yourself, learning Google Ads, Facebook Ads, Google Guaranteed, SEO, local SEO, all of that. This is something that I teach. Obviously, if it's relevant for you, you can check out the link down in the description below. And if you want to hear more about what went on in the podcast itself, then it's going to be right after this one. The audio might be, a little bit off. It was on Zoom, so the recording wasn't that good, but I hope that you can understand and get the sense of it. And that's it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, leave a comment below if this was helpful, and I'll see you here soon. Peace.
Welcome to Contractor Sense. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matter to your contracting business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. What if you could generate leads without using a marketing agency? That's right. Do it yourself and not take up all of your time to generate those leads. One of the ways to do this is through Google Guaranteed. Many contractors get leads and generate revenues because they are Google Guaranteed. But how do you get certified? What's the best way to be part of the Google Guaranteed program? What are the pitfalls? My guest today, Lior Vaknin, will give you the answers to these questions and more. Lior is a business coach who helps home service business owners learn to generate leads themselves and break free from marketing agency dependency. Lior, welcome to Contractor Sense.
Thank you so much for having me be here.
I'm thrilled to have you here with me. Let's talk a little bit about your background and how you got into being, a coach that says you don't need a marketing agency. What happened to have that aha moment with you?
So, I've been in the online marketing world since 2009, starting, as a junior SEO project manager for the first SEO company back in Israel. And, throughout the years, I've done a lot, both, with my own companies and consulting and helping other companies. But in 2020, I've took a lot of service business owners, people who were looking for that Google ads, the locksmiths, the garage door repair company, the roofer, plumber, all these companies. And I kept hearing those horror stories where they either get literally scammed by people who are charging them, the $500 to $600 a month, or sometimes it can get up to a few $1,000s every month for so-called services, where in fact, once we dive deep into their business, we saw that nothing was being done. Now, the one thing that a lot of the business owners themselves, they're afraid of making the leap of faith into this world just because of the stories they keep telling them about, I haven't grown with computers, or I'm not a techie, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to show how everyday, business owners, service business owners can do it themselves without ever needing to use marketing agencies again. And to be honest, it's pretty simple.
And that's what you help them do now, correct?
That's right. Yeah. So I have a coaching program that basically teaches the business owners how they can, first of all, we usually start with the Google ads because that's you get the immediate feedback from it. So you set it up, in 1, 2, 3 weeks time, your Google ads set up, and then you have maybe 5 to 10 minutes a week of maintenance for it. And that's something that you can control how many leads you're getting. And then we're getting into the more, long-term game where it's like SEO and, promoting your Google business profile, Facebook ads. But basically, those are the main platform that service business owners use nowadays.
Okay, so where does Google Guaranteed fit in?
So Google Guarantee is an interesting program that was, introduced in the past few years by Google, where they're trying to validate the companies who are using their advertising platform and trying to help the users themselves feel confident that the people that they're contacting are licensed, insured, that that they've ran a background check on them, and that they can't really scam them, because if they will, that client can reach out directly to Google and they'll be banned for life from this platform. And so it's a great program which started off with several industries, but I believe that in the next coming years, we'd see more and more businesses going through this advanced verification process, where every business needs to verify that they're real and they're not some sort of scammer, basically.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because if we take a contractor's brand and Google's brand, if a person is looking on a website and, looking and done a search like for HVAC City or Plumber City or Roofer City or whatever, and they get a list of names coming up, they don't recognize anybody, my guess and my bet would be that those who are Google Guaranteed would be the ones that they would contact. Am I right?
Definitely. And even Google itself is positioning those Google Guaranteed ads at the very top of the page. So it's above the Google business profiles and, the Google ads themselves. It's at the very top. And the people at the top are making a killing. I can tell you that. Like you can really, really grow your business if you're at the top 2 to 3 positions with Google Guarantee.
Yeah, I did it with one of my clients who happens to be an electrical contractor, was just starting in business, was was very small. And we Google Guaranteed him in the area where he is. And it's amazing how much his business has grown in a year just by being Google Guaranteed.
Yeah, that's really the beauty of it. And again, like this is something that a lot of people think that, oh, it's just sheer luck, how this algorithm works. But as I hope to share with your audience, nothing with Google is simply sheer luck. There's some tactics and some things that you yourself as a business owner can do in order to improve your visibility in the eyes of Google.
And quite frankly, Google takes a little piece of it too, don't they?
Oh, of course. So they charge you, and it's a set price, and it depends on the industry and the city and the level of competition. But they charge you for it. Of course, it's paid advertisement. That's not like it's something that is completely free.
Yeah, I wouldn't think Google would do it out of the goodness of their heart. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, we're in a capitalistic world, and that's how they're making their money. And our game as business owners, as contractors and service business owners, is to understand the game as best as possible, so we can really level our game up.
And it's interesting. I would think, let's assume you're in the city like Atlanta, where I am. And people are searching online, and if you're Google Guaranteed and the competitor down the street is not, the likelihood is you're going to have a leg up on your competition. Am I, thinking about it that way? Is that a proper thought pattern?
Absolutely, and I think that we have all seen it, like through the COVID, like the past 2 years, where with COVID, if you weren't online, like this could have like devastating outcome on your business. And so even those who've been for years, just having this small brick and mortar shop and just relied on the foot traffic or whatever it is, nowadays you understand that this is not the future. It's actually the present, and you either join this bandwagon or you can die off with your business, unfortunately. But that's the reality of it.
Yep. All right, Lior, before we take a break, if somebody's interested in reaching out to you, where do they go?
So the best place to go would be to the website, localservicemastery.com. And I give away 3 basic tips for anyone who wants to learn, one on SEO, one on Google Business Profile, and one on Google Ads, how they can basically improve their ranking. So that's the best way, and that's the way to reach out to me if you want to learn how to generate your own leads yourself.
All right, give us the website address again, please.
localservicemastery.com.
All right, we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense.
Do you ever have warranty leak issues? One of Ruth King's clients did about 4 years ago. Thousands of dollars in expense and unhappy customers. She solved this problem for him, though. How? With a leak letter that every customer must sign when a service technician discovers a refrigerant leak. Once they implemented the letter, there were no more warranty leak headaches. No warranty leak callbacks. Happier customers. The surprising result was more replacement sales, too. To get a copy of the leak letter for free, just send Ruth an email at ruthking@hvacchannel.tv. That's ruthking@hvacchannel.tv.
We're back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense. I am speaking with Lior Vaknin. Sorry, Lior, about how to use Google Guaranteed, how to use AdWords, how to use things that you can do your own marketing yourself rather than go through a marketing agency. And those of you who are using marketing agencies that you're really happy with, terrific. But for those of you who are scratching your head and saying, is my marketing agency providing value for me or not, this might be another option for you. So let's dive in to Google Guaranteed. We both before the break agreed that it can really help you grow a small business and even larger ones too. So if somebody wants to be Google Guaranteed, what's the process for going through that?
So first of all, the easiest way would be just to Google Google Guaranteed program and see if the service that you're in is eligible, because right now Google is opening it to a limited number of services. Some of it's locksmiths and plumbers and HVAC. So it needs to first be eligible. Then there is a whole verification process which starts with you sending out your business license and your insurance, and then they're running background checks. So there are things that there's some back and forth in this process. Might take a while, so you better get started right away, because it sometimes takes few weeks up until a couple of months to really get this the Google Guaranteed approved. But once you're approved, then you're able to basically tap into this new and exciting way for your business to advertise and reach your potential clients.
All right. Now I have a devil's advocate question for you. Let's assume that I am Google Guaranteed. Do I still need to do AdWords?
So it's a great question, and my answer would be yes. And I'll explain to you why. First of all, with Google Guaranteed, if you're able to rank for specific keywords or specific area, then you're killing it, you're crushing it. But as most businesses, it's like if you think of your Google Business Profile, so it would be you could get ranked pretty easily in your immediate surrounding, meaning the 1-2 mile radius around you and around your business. But once you go beyond that, there's more competitors, and there are more people who Google might take them more. Might think that they would need to prioritize them in that either industry, keyword, or area, if that makes sense. So with Google Guaranteed, if you're able to tap in, great. But with Google Ads, you can reach out to more people through more services that you're not ranking with your Google guarantee or with areas outside of the area that you're getting most of your traffic from Google guarantee. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So if I have 6 locations, for example, or even 2 locations, Google Guaranteed's only going to be guaranteed in one geographic area, right?
True.
Okay. So if I want it for another geographic area, we have to do Google AdWords.
Absolutely. And if you have like multiple services inside your company, let's say you're duct cleaning, HVAC company that does duct cleaning and dryer vent cleaning and chimney sweep, and like you do a lot of services, right? And for some of them, Google Guarantee prioritizes you and gets you to the top. But on others, you're not, but you still want to get those clients. So you can't really, or you shouldn't just give up on those opportunities.
Yeah. So Google kind of makes their decision about, okay, you're going to be top for this. And I don't care whether you do duct cleaning and plumbing and electrical, but we're going to put you on top for HVAC and you fend for yourself on plumbing and electrical, right?
Something like that. And it has a lot to do with, and maybe this is one of the first things that your audience should take note of is how important and how prominent is your brand. Because this is a factor that throughout all, Google's, different platform and really with any type of marketing that you do. Like if you have a prominent brand, the way that Google treats you, the way that, the client's feedback is through those platforms it's better. And they see better conversion rate because they're familiarized with this brand. And, they come back to Google, you search it. So building the brand, I would say it's like the number one thing that, should be on everyone's mind.
All right, that's number one. What about reviews?
So definitely reviews, and some people, what they might not know is that the reviews that Google Guarantee captures, it's taking both from the Google Guarantee part, meaning that once you've completed the job, even before the review, make sure that you mark those jobs as completed. If they're still active, great, but try not to leave anything in the leads form. Try not to leave anything active because that way Google just think that you haven't finished the job, so they won't give you more jobs, your way. All right. So that's number one. So after you've completed, if you've done a good job, if you have like good rapport with the client, make sure you ask them, and there's an option to do it through the platform itself, but make sure you ask them to get their honest review. And this is something that Google takes massive consideration when ranking businesses. But they're also capturing those reviews from your Google business profile. Now, I would say it's somewhere between 20-80, where 20% of the strength you'll get or the juice you'll get from the Google business profile, and 80% you'll get from the reviews from people who actually use the Google Guaranteed program to book your service. But still, you don't want to give up on those 20%, right?
No, absolutely not. I mean, you need the 20. I mean, you need it all, actually.
Exactly.
So cool. So, Lior, give us your website again so that if people are interested in getting in touch with you, they can, and having you help them through this whole process and the process of Google Ads.
So my website is localservicemastery.com. localservicemastery.com. And what I do is I teach service business owners how to generate leads themselves without ever needing marketing agencies again. Now here we just, touch the tip of the iceberg where when it comes to online marketing, but in the program, we go in depth into Google Ads and SEO and Google Guarantee. And, Facebook ads is now a new module that I've added because there's a lot of need for being in the faces of our potential clients throughout the social platforms. So if you want to take this into the next level, if you want to learn how to generate your own leads yourself, go to localservicemastery.com.
Leah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and best of luck to all.
Yes, you too. And thank you, all of you, for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a fellow contractor make more money too. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-0258 or email ruthking@hvacchannel.tv. Thanks for listening.